Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Spiritual Teacher here. Well, what do you think this is? Well, beautiful little golden nuggets. Let's see, honey flavor, rich flavor. Mmm, absolutely wonderful, to tell you the truth. No, this is bee pollen, and I highly recommend it. If you're not doing bee pollen for yourself, you're doing yourself a disservice. There's no doubt about it. I'm starting to drool because I love this stuff so much. Great stuff, great stuff. It's been used for thousands of years, and even the Commission E in Germany considers it a very powerful healing agent and even a medicine. So, wow, amazing. In Chinese medicine, it's been used for thousands of years, and I'll get into more about that later. Now, the Greeks used it. Hippocrates prescribed bee pollen on a regular basis. That was 2,500 years ago. Yeah, it contains over 250 different healing agents which are good for the body. 250 different healing agents. Wow, that's amazing. Also, it's an energy booster. If you take this on a regular basis, I put it on my cereal and my fruit in the morning. Just shake it on there. Take about a teaspoon or two every day, and it really does the body good. It's food, you know what I mean? It's so you can take it forever, and it really is amazing. Also, it's good for your GI tract, helps to regulate the GI tract, and it gets rid of inflammation in the GI tract, and you just feel better GI tract wise in general. So it's really good stuff. Contains 40% protein. It's some interesting complex sugars, which are good for the body, good carbs, essential fatty acids, lots of antioxidants, and rutin, which is one of the most powerful antioxidants there are, lots of minerals and vitamins, and propolis and royal jelly and globinic acid and all kinds of stuff. And it has similar processes that happen similar to fermented foods like natto kinase type of problems, changes like that. It's very similar to all kinds of sauerkraut and stuff like that. So it really has some amazing agents in it which help you with cardiovascular disease, diabetes, high blood pressure, and all kinds of things. So it's, wow, what a healing agent. And I've been taking it for such a long time. I use it on the table every morning. So I haven't talked about this. Well, go figure. You know what I mean? It's like right in front of you all the time. It's great for bodybuilders. You know, if you want to put on more muscle, scientist Francis Hooper said this is the greatest bodybuilding agent on earth, because it has so many super absorbable proteins that go right into the body right away. And they have 22 amino acids, which are good for the body. Wow. And the British Sports Council recorded that it has 40 to 50% increases in strength when people were taking bee pollen. 40 to 50% increases in strength when taking bee pollen. Wow. More power. And it's great for vegans because it has all that protein. I mean, it has more protein than any animal source out there. It's really amazing. So that's an amazing thing. And if you're a vegan, you got to add some bee pollen into your diet. Absolutely, positively. Lots of vitamins. Vitamins A, B, C's, and D and E. Just about every vitamin there is. Like I said, amino acids, rutin, 40% protein, lycopene, selenium, flavonoids. It has a low glycemic index, and so that means it goes into your system really slowly. It does have sugars in there, so it helps to regulate your blood sugar a bit also. It's complete nutrition. This is a full food. It helps people who have chronic illnesses. They can recover with this, and that's really something important for the people who are debilitated or in the hospital or something else is going on. They need something as a complete food. This is a great way to go. great for healthy blood. If you're anemic or if you have some other, blood problem, you want to get that blood back to normal. You want to get more hemoglobin going. You want to take some good old bee pollen. It's really amazing for that. And you can carry more oxygen so that you have more energy. And if you don't have the oxygen carrying capacity in your blood, you feel out of breath all the time, you're lethargic, you just can't get around, and if you're anemic, you just feel terrible. So bee pollen, my friends, bee pollen. Helps to, like I said, regulate the intestines. In Chinese medicine, it helps to also, in Chinese medicine, they said it helps to retarded children, and also developmental problems in children and things like that too. So pretty amazing in a way of that. It also, in Chinese medicine, helps with cravings and addictions and extends life. And there's a lot more to be said about that later. It strengthens the capillaries in our whole body. I mean, every vessel, whether it be an artery or a arterial, or it be a vein or a small capillary, it's all strengthened using bee pollen. And a Russian study shows it was one of the most important foods there is. And just taking it for just strengthening the capillaries, 1 teaspoon a day was worth it. They said it was the single most important nature food out there. I was like, wow. And and taking that just for strengthening your capillaries is the most important thing you could do in your life. Helps to prevent colds and flus, and it has so many antioxidants in it. It's really good to, boost up your immune system so you don't get colds and flus and you feel great, The darker the pollen, the better. I've seen, I bought this. This is kind of the middle of the road color, but you can get it to almost black, and that the more blackness it has, the darker it is, the more antioxidants it has. Just like a lot of other things, the darker black beans have more antioxidants. All kinds of different. Black rice has more antioxidants. Black bee pollen or darker bee pollen has more antioxidants also. Also, there was a study found that in 2005 that bee pollen had a remarkable amount of antioxidants in it. So way up there on the antioxidant scale. Cancer and bee pollen. There's a lot of studies showing that in the Journal of National Cancer Institute, showing that if they had mice that were supposed to come down with cancer, a lot of times if they fed them bee pollen, some of them never came down with cancer. So, and I also found that it really helps with breast cancer, and does a remarkable jobs in a lot of different things. It really boosts up our immune system, increases our antibody production, markedly improves the infection fighting capability and oxygen capability in our body, moving capability in our body. A study in Vienna showed that with 25 patients, that people who had uterine cancer, they were able to fight off the cancer easier, increase the antibody production, and they markedly improve their ability to fight infection and just feel good in general. Also, if they had chemo, they lessened the effects of chemo in a great way, so that's a great thing. So if you have chemotherapy going on, you want to take a lot of wonderful bee pollen. Lots of protein. In fact, 40%, as I said, of the bee pollen is protein, and it's more than what you find in eggs and beef and just about anything that is an animal product. So, another reason to be a vegan, it comes from the plants itself. This is the pollen mixed with a little bit of saliva that comes from the bees itself, which they actually ferment in the little cells that they make, and it becomes bee bread, which sustains their own bees themselves, and is really important. And you get all these other nutrients like propolis and all these different things, the royal jelly and that type of thing too at the same time. So you're getting a plethora of wonderful healing agent. It's a powerful anti-inflammatory. And compared to a lot of drugs that are out there for anti-inflammatory, this really is comparable or even better than them. So that's pretty amazing stuff. Study in 2010 showed it to really have a powerful anti-inflammatory ability, and that was in the Pharmaceutical Biology Journal, and that was really very interesting. Also in 2010, ethanol extracts of bee pollen were shown to be very potent anti-inflammatory agents. And the ones that were actually done with water weren't as powerful anti-inflammatory agents. So if you're making an extract, you have to use, some kind of ethanol, or you could use vodka or something like that. Also, it protects the liver. And a study in 2013 showed that it's a very potent ability to protect the liver from any kind of damage, and especially toxins coming in. Also helps with weight loss and helps to stabilize our metabolism and kick up our metabolism. And because it also has a lot of lecithin in it, it helps to break down fats, which is a really great thing. And it also important vitamins and minerals, which sustain our liver too. It lowers cholesterol, and that's a great thing because it has a lot of antioxidants in it. And it also lowers triglycerides at the same time, so that's an amazing thing too. Now, not everything will do that at the same time, so triglycerides and cholesterol. Also, but like I said, boost up our immune system, and it's an antimicrobial agent and helps with viruses at the same time. Helps to regulate blood sugar and reduce blood sugar levels at the same time. It also helps to prevent secondary problems with, blood sugar problems like kidney failure and also nephropathy, pain in the legs and that type of thing caused by excess sugar. All these things that are really secondary to diabetes can be helped with taking bee pollen, which is really wonderful. Also, it's a powerful antibacterial, kills staph and all kinds of different bacteria. Antifungal is a powerful antifungal agent also, and antiviral also. That's why it's good for colds and flus and just about everything. And a study in the Food and Chemical Toxicology Journal found that it had huge ability to kill staphylococcus and other agents also. Helps with allergies. A study in 2008 showed that it really had powerful antihistaminic ability, and it helps to inhibit mast cell activation, and it reduces histamine levels in the body. So powerful agent. So if you get allergies all the time, first of all, I recommend you go on my diet, paulhaider.com, www.paulhaider.com. In the right-hand corner, go on my diet. We can reduce those allergies almost to nothing. I used to get allergies all the time. Doesn't happen anymore. So anyway, go on my diet and also start eating bee pollen on a regular basis. Food is the answer. Diet is the answer, and activity and being really moving around. In fact, I was just talking to a man on the phone this morning and also texting with him that he, really got to be a super couch potato and ended up being really sick and in the hospital for about a month. And he reached out to me, and one of the biggest things he was doing is eating everything cooked, which is not good. And he ended up being very, very sick. And so I said, you got to eat about 85% raw, and and we stimulate your immune system. And he also had lots of different infections, and we can bring all that, all those problems to, heal them, and then we can get you on the road to healing and get you moving. That's really important also. It's a great supplement, bee pollen is, because it has lots of vitamin C and magnesium, and helps with the thymus and the heart muscle and skeletal muscles in general also. It's high in hemoglobin content. It helps to increase hemoglobin content in the blood, and so that's another reason, like I said before. It increases lifespan. Studies have been done with mice showing that if they eat a lot of bee pollen, their lifespan is increased. And this is also echoed in Chinese medicine. He said if you eat bee pollen, you live a long life. And fertility, actually shown with other studies that they did long lines of lineages, like in mice, that they have a very good fertility. They have more weight when they're born, they stay healthy, and they live longer. So, well, go figure. Also, less the food deficiencies and nutritional deficiencies when people eat and take in bee pollen. Well, goes figures. There's so many supplements and supplemental agents in it. And those who have, some kind of deficiency or something, or they're aging, or they just don't feel good, just give them some bee pollen. It's really important, especially elderly people, and they just don't feel like they, don't want to get around anymore. They don't have any energy. They just don't feel like living in general. You know what I mean? Give them bee pollen. It'll help them get up and go and make them feel better. And especially before surgery and after surgery, bee pollen is really important and helps also with stress. And it strengthens the nervous system and makes us more resilient to stress. And so it's really important for that. And it also helps us to sleep better. So a plus. Like I said, great for the elderly, and they have more physical endurance and strength in general, and a more desire to live longer. And also it helps with pain in general because it has all those powerful antioxidants in it. Also helps with PMS. A study in 2015 in Germany and the Commission E studies found it really helped to balance out hormones and help people with the symptoms of PMS. So really great. Prevents breast cancer. A study in 2015 showed that the flavonoids in bee pollen did a great job at preventing breast cancer in general. Also, it helps to heal up wounds of the skin and burns. It also has a lot of chemotherapy in it. There's a plethora of antioxidants. There's too many. It would have to have a whole video just on the antioxidants that are in bee pollen. I mean, it's so many. It's amazing. And it helps with all the problems of redness, swelling, and pain, the inflammation aspects in general on the skin. Improves circulation to the skin also, and has analgesic actions, and improves, opens up the vessels so you get more blood going to those areas. Prevents infections and secondary infections when you have skin problems. When you have a Band-Aid on it, you can put a little bee pollen on it too, and it'll help to prevent infections. Great for the skin. 2 Russian scientists said bee pollen stimulates skin cell growth, so that's right, and renewal on a regular basis, so it's really great. French Institute of Chemistry notes that it contains natural antibiotics and natural anti-aging compounds for the skin. It also stimulates blood supply to the skin and so much more. I could go on for about 2 hours here with just what wonderful aspects of bee pollen can do for you. The average dose, so you'll hear a lot of different things. It's a food, so just figure it's 1 or 2 teaspoons a day. Taking a cup is not going to make you feel any more better. 1 or 2 teaspoons, maybe even up to a tablespoon, but that, you don't waste your money. You just take 1 or 2 teaspoons up to a tablespoon, and that's all you really need. No side effects, but if you're allergic to honey or allergic to, bee products and stuff like that, it's not a good idea for you to be taking it. And you can use it in almost anything. You can use it in, your cereal in the morning. Like I said, I shake it on my fruit and the oatmeal in the morning, and I add it to just about anything. I made a wonderful ice cream with bananas and strawberries last night, and I added a little bit of, bee pollen to it. And right on top, it's just a little, extra sweetness, and it really tastes good. You can add it to your salads. You can add it, use it like a croutons on top of your salad. It's really good. You can put it in the soups and stews and just about anything. Casseroles, shake it on top, whatever you want a little extra sweetness to. It really is good. You could actually put it in a blender with a little bit of water and, blend it up. Put it in your smoothies. Lots of people do that. So you use it in your smoothies all the time. And it is a healing agent which will boost up your strength and keep you healthy in general. And if you feel to get a hold of me, feel free to call me at 831-869-9119, 831-869-9119. My email address is dr, as in Dr. Paul Haider, drpaulhaider @gmail.com. drpaulhaider@gmail.com. And my Skype address is drpaulhaider. And feel free to Skype me, or you can text me at that number, phone number. You can WhatsApp me with that phone number. You can go to my Facebook page under Dr. Paul Haider, Dr. Paul Haider, and you can message me also. And I hope you will subscribe. I'm trying to get my numbers up to 100,000 this year, and please spread the word. And I'm always here to help. My consultations are no charge. And if you care to make a donation, that is greatly, greatly appreciated, so I can keep doing more research and helping you in great ways. And also, I would love to help you in any way, shape, or form that I can. And also, feel free to tell other people about me so we can make more people aware that they can have great health and live to be healthy and excited about life and want to live a full life up to, I intend to be around till 150. And I'm sure you can too. We're going to push that limits of what life can be. So have a great life. But one more important thing. Remember, I love you.